Hi, this is Christy Whitman with the Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. And as you can see, I have a friend. This is Fabienne Fredrickson, and she is an amazing woman. I just love her. I love you, Fabienne. She's an inspirational mentor to thousands of clients worldwide. She's an author, an international speaker, and founder of the Client Attraction Business School and clientattraction.com. And she's been ranked repeatedly by Inc. magazine as one of America's fastest growing private companies and the recipient of the 2013 Stevie Award for Entrepreneur of the Year, which is totally amazing. I'm so excited to share her wisdom, have her on the show, because as one of the most influential and highly acclaimed success mindset speakers and mentors in the world, Fabienne believes in the capacity for each and every person to become the full expression of their purpose here on earth by taking no excuses approach to growing within and a willingness to play a much bigger game. Her marketing and mindset teachings, born from Fabienne's own personal experiences and challenges, are embraced by students all over the world who seek a catalyst, really for their own personal and professional growth to live a life that they love. So Fabienne, thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure. I love when we have conversations, you and I.
I know, it's fun.
It always comes out.
Kindred spirits. It's amazing. So I'm really excited because I think of my community as my family, and I'm always wanting to bring them amazing people such as yourselves to help bring them on their path. And so I'm really excited about our conversation on mindset today.
Yeah, me too. I love talking about mindset. It's such a game shifter for people, business, life, relationships, health, everything.
All aspects, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about more specifically, like how important is mindset in business, to really succeed in business?
Well, let me share with you, I'll backtrack a little bit to explain my forthcoming answer.
I love that.
So I've been in business now for 15 years, teaching people how to get more clients, make more money, multiply their business. Got that. Many years ago, I was teaching people 100% marketing. Like this, everything that I was teaching was marketing, authentically, but here's how you market to get clients. And I could give two similar people the entire my client attraction system, the formula. Here's your marketing plan. Here's how you do it. Here's what it's exactly supposed to look like. And one person would be off to the races, implementing everything. And, every week would call in and say, I got a new client, or I just made another $10,000 this month, and things like that. And the other person who got the exact same thing, pretend it's the same business, same education level, same everything, would kind of look at it and kind of hem and haw and come up with excuses, implement a little bit, be wishy-washy, or have a total different mindset that said, this isn't going to work for me, not for my business, not for me, not for my clientele, stuff like that.
Yes.
And the more I did this, some people, everybody got results, but it's just how fast they got results. And I started doing a lot of personal growth and development on myself because I'm a spiritual person. The more I did spiritual work, the more I had to take personal responsibility for my life, right? And the more I did that personal growth and development work on my mindset, the more money I made.
Yes.
And of course, at first, my husband and I thought it was like a nice coincidence, right? Every time I did a course, every time I read a book, every time I worked with a mentor, etc., my income would multiply. Sometimes a little bit and sometimes dramatically, like, multiplying my income 3 times within a year past the 7-figure mark, like within 1 year. And so I used to think, okay, then maybe mindset is like 10% of it. Then the more I did it and the more my clients did it and I taught them, the more they would multiply their income. So I thought maybe it's like 25%, 50%. And now, Christy, I'm just going to be bold and say I think mindset is 90% of your reason for your success or your failure.
Yes.
And you ask me in a year and it might be 99%. I still have the Client Attraction Business School. Okay, you still need to learn these things, but it's the I think it was maybe Henry Ford that said, I forget, forgive me if I botched this up, but the person with the right mindset will accomplish anything. And if the person with the wrong mindset won't. So if you must invest in yourself, invest first in your mindset, because then you're off to the races with the resources you already have.
Absolutely. And I love what you're saying, because it is true that, mindset does play a huge part, because then after you have that positive self-image or, I can do attitude, or having the perspective that, yes, I'm going to succeed, then you actually take action and do something.
Yeah.
So it's like not just sitting around thinking I'm the greatest thing ever, and then I got this, and I can do this, and I'm powerful. You actually have to do something with that. So that brings me to my next question, because, what does roles, the roles of thoughts and beliefs and fears and really our self-image play into our success?
Okay, so I'm really glad that you're asking this, because many, many years ago, not many years ago, it hasn't been that
You're
long.
not that old, Fabian.
Oh my God.
many years.
No, maybe it was only 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago, I was taught the concept that you have to have 3 things in alignment for you to achieve anything that you want to achieve in your lifetime. The first, and this is what I teach now at my mindset retreat, the first is you've got to, your thoughts. If you want a bigger, better life, whatever your criteria for your next evolution, you've got to have bigger thoughts. So thoughts are important, and one of the things that I teach my entrepreneurs, all around the world is dream a bigger dream.
Yes.
If I teach them the process of manifestation, understanding that you ask and believe, and that's when you receive, right? But most people don't dream big enough. So,
Yes.
Dream a bigger dream. That's your thoughts. Then there's your beliefs. And I lump beliefs and fears and self-image, all of the internal stuff. We got to clear the dumping sludge.
Yes.
Because you can say, I want to make $1 million in my business, but if inside your belief system dictates that you think that rich and successful people are inauthentically disconnected from their spiritual, connection, and they take up too much space, and blah, 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 there's no way that you will manifest that $1 million or whatever that amount is for you, because on a subconscious level, you're doing what I call chaotic vibration. So this is what I teach my people. Give me $1 million. No, don't. I don't want to be inauthentic and sleazy and whatever, all of that stuff.
Right.
So your thoughts, your beliefs, and then the third is your actions. Because you can have fantastic thoughts about dreaming a bigger dream, work on your, fears and your belief systems and your self-image. But if you don't take action, it's like sitting on the couch, bring me the money. No, dude, you gotta get up and make the money, right? It doesn't, I don't know about you, but it doesn't land on my lap while I'm sitting watching TV.
As much as I wanted it to, no. Gotta take action.
So when I discovered this, and it's very simple, I believe that some of the most powerful things in the world are the simplest, the most zen. And people are looking for, the next widget and the complicated thing. But I would say, so this is why I spend, it's a 3-day workshop, I spend the first day on dreaming a bigger dream. And we map the whole thing out in such a big way. The second day is about clearing the gunk and sludge. And the third day is about acting with unwavering faith.
Beautiful.
And taking bigger action and taking a no excuses approach and going beyond your limits. And when you have all 3 of these things, you have a very clean mindset. The cleaner your mindset, the more you accelerate your success, whatever it is that you're trying to attempt in this lifetime.
Absolutely. It works. It's a great formula. And I'm thinking as you're talking, I'm thinking, that's what I've done in my life. It's like I'm always clearing out the, lack beliefs. I'm clearing out the places where there's stuck, dense energy that I need to release and bring in a higher vibration. And it's every time I do that, every time I hit up against a wall and it's like, okay, this is a growth point for me. This is a limiting belief. This is a total resistance. Every time I go past that, boom, my business gets bigger. I have more people to support me. I have really cool, fun, successes and achievements that come. And it's like, it's such a reflection. I mean, our whole lives are a reflection of what goes in here. And I always say that it's the quantity of energy, meaning raising your own vibration, and it's the quality. Like you're saying, dream a bigger dream. It takes bigger energy, and a higher energy to manifest that bigger dream.
Absolutely.
So.
And if you are here and you want to be here, there is a line here. There's a threshold. And some people call it, I call it the panic point. Some people call it the terror barrier. You cannot get here without crossing this.
Yes.
But what happens is, as you dream a bigger dream and you start taking action on it, you might, as I have, in fact, new level, new devil every time, right? Every time I want to multiply my business, my income, whatever it is, I start pushing up against the panic point where the beliefs, the old belief systems, the old paradigm is kind of oil and water with the new. Most people get right up here and they buckle, and then they go back to their old way of being because they can't handle this threshold right here.
Yeah.
But, so you've had children. I've had 3. There was 3 separate times in my life where I did not think I could handle, what was going on. And labor is the same thing. Sorry, guys, if you're watching this, but labor is the same thing. You can get right up until that threshold and say, I can't do this. I'm going back to bed. But no, you can't. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You've got to go through it.
Absolutely.
And when you go through that panic point like that, you reach what's on the other side. Everything that you desire is on the other side of your with you.
Because if you already had that and you were already up to it, you already have it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's a really good point. I just got chills. If there's something that you don't have right now that you desperately want, it's find the fear.
Yes.
What is the fear? Because that means you just haven't pushed through that barrier yet.
Well, it's interesting saying that, because let's talk about, how self-sabotage kind of plays in. So, like, you talk about self-sabotaging behaviors, and that it really does hold back a lot of entrepreneurs. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I remember way early where my belief system, I hadn't done personal growth and development work yet. I wasn't taking a no excuses approach. I wanted more clients. I wanted to make more money. But when a potential client would email or, leave a message, or I'd meet somebody in a networking group, I'd just kind of sit there for a few days.
Sit on it.
Not like charge, not charge in an inauthentic way. But once I understood that the opportunities, that what I was seeking doesn't just show up. The money just doesn't show up like without you doing anything. It shows up in the form of an opportunity that you must action.
Yes.
And so you must call that prospect back, or you must, write that book, or you must do the thing that will get you there. And so taking action on the opportunity is crucial. And when you don't, this is what I teach my students in the client attraction business school. When the opportunity arrives, the opportunity that you ask Spirit for, whether you realize you asked Spirit or not, when it arrives, it is literally God handing you the way to have a better relationship with your clients, money, whatever it is. And if you don't action the opportunity that you asked for in the first place, that God, universe rearranged itself to give you this, then you're kind of slapping God in the face. And that is self-sabotage. That is when you know what you should be doing and you're not doing it. And It's all based on the subconscious beliefs, self-image, fears, all of that. And so the reason I say mindset is 90% is because it's the subconscious, all that I keep pointing here, the subconscious, but it's this right here that dictates your action. See, most people think their thoughts dictate their actions, but it's not true. It's your subconscious beliefs and fears, your mindset, that dictates your actions. And so when you go and work on the mindset and you clear the gunk and sludge and you work on those self-image, you work on forgiving people, you work on your self-image, your I am beliefs, you work on all your fears, you get yourself out of the way, and when the opportunity comes, you're like, let's do it. Let's do this. And that's, of course, when the results come. It's a long way of explaining it, but it's actually a very simple process if you're willing.
Right. And I love what you're saying too, because this image just comes into me the other day. It's like I'm really very motivated to teach my children, and I have since they were like, Maxim was 1.5 years, what money is and how you get money and how, like the whole entire thing about money. And so that they're developing really healthy beliefs about money. And the other day I was picking up my husband's pants and I put it kind of like threw them over my shoulder and a bunch of change fell out. And all of a sudden I started picking him up, and Maxim, who's my 3-year-old, he was like, Mommy, let me help you. So he started helping me pick up the coins. Well, Alex was just off in the playroom, just kind of like, yeah, they'll get it. And so I said, here, Maxim, this is for helping Mommy. And I gave him a nickel, and he was all proud of himself. And Alex ran up to me, and he goes, well, where's mine? And I said, what did you do of value? And he goes, well, that's not fair. And I said, absolutely, that's how the world works. You receive money by doing something of value. Maxim came over and he did something of value. He helped me. He assisted me. So I gave him money. And I said, do something of value and I will give you money. So later that afternoon, he cleared his plate from the dinner table. And I said, now you did something of value. You helped me. Here's a nickel. So it's the same thing though. It's like, if you understand that, once you have it all right, and then the action that you take and you're coming from the place of, I'm giving value, then that's when you receive the money.
Yeah. One of the things that I really believe in, which is, again, really, really simple, especially for an entrepreneur, but it doesn't matter if you work for someone else, it's the same concept. If you want more abundance, you've got to give more value to the world than you're giving now, to more people than you're giving it to now.
Exactly.
So look at what everybody else in your industry is doing in terms of how much value they're giving. And then make a conscious decision to give more value and then to more people. And naturally,
yes,
it's the law of reciprocity, it's the law of circulation. You then get back. And it's really simple. And when entrepreneurs really get this on a deep, deep level, it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur or not, when you get it on a deep level, I just have to add more value. Or, like your son, right? Just adding more value. Or if you work, in a cubicle and you want to get promoted, start adding more value. Exactly. Start doing more, planning more, being more strategic, showing up, and naturally you'll get. So you just got to show up and do it.
Absolutely. So I know you and I talk about this a lot, but I would love to have you share your perspective on this with the family. So What is the difference, in your opinion, about the inner game versus the outer game?
Yes. Okay, so the inner game, we kind of touched on it, but I'm really glad you asked in that way. So I call it the inner game of client attraction because my company's called Client Attraction. The inner game of client attraction is all that mindset-y stuff. It's mindset-y, it's the spiritual aspect of manifestation, the law of attraction, your beliefs, your fears. That's your inner game. I call it the inner game of abundance, the inner game of client attraction. Everything you do on the outside is the outer game. So it's all the action that you take. It's the marketing that you do. It's writing that newsletter. It's doing that video. It's going to that networking thing. It's writing that book. That's the outer game of client attraction, the outer game of abundance. The inner game is the mindset. It's everything that happens on a subconscious level rather than on an action level.
Awesome. I love the way you explain.
If you want to make more money in your own business, you've got to work on your inner game of client attraction, because you can be handed the formula. I can hand the formula. I teach the formula to having a 7-figure business, a multiple 7-figure business. I can hand that formula to somebody who has not yet worked on their mindset, and they won't do anything with it.
Yeah.
But when you've cleaned your mindset out, cleared the drunken sludge, you give that formula, very simple mindset formula to someone, and they are off to the races. And then they within 2 years, they go, I mean, one of my students, Lucy, within 24 months, went from less than, probably about $45,000 a year to $1.2 million in 2 years. Because we worked first on her mindset, and then we started giving her this monetize your message, formula.
Yes.
And then, I mean, who does that? And without working on your mindset, you can't do that.
Absolutely.
And I'm vehement, like I'm convinced of this because I see it on a daily basis. I mean, you teach this.
Well, that's how I have grown everything in my life, especially my business, is that, you can take action all day long and be busy, busy, busy. And, of course, there's value involved in that and giving and all that stuff. But there's an alignment. When you're coming from an alignment, you're totally aligned, you feel good. Then it's like the action you take is not only inspired, but it's like doors just fly open. So I like to think of it as this. It's like you can get in your car, put your foot on the gas. That's taking action, right? And it's going to take you somewhere. You're going to go somewhere. You're probably going to exert a lot of effort and energy, and but when you are aligned, and then you get in that car and you turn on the key and you put your foot on the gas, it's like turbo. You have a turbo car. Yeah.
And Joseph Campbell said that when so in alignment, right? I call alignment like following your bliss, like getting clear about your passion, your purpose, and all of that. What is your mission? He said that when you follow your bliss, you put yourself on a track that's been waiting there the whole time. And where before there were walls, now there are doors. And that is miraculous. And everything changes, right? Because it's like everything that you, what is it? Is it Wallace Waddles? Who wrote Think and Grow Rich? Yes, I think it is.
Napoleon Hill?
Oh, yes, thank you, Napoleon Hill. And it says, and when the riches begin to come, they come so fast and in such heavy abundance, I don't have the exact quote, that you wonder where all of this abundance was in all those lean years. And that's what happens. You work on your mindset, and the abundance shows up, and you're like, where was this? Well, it was there the whole time until you work on your mindset.
Absolutely. So one quick question, and then I want you to tell everybody how to get in touch with you. You have a saying that every entrepreneur's duty is to share your brownies. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, okay. So really, I'm going to say it in a really short way. I believe that if you're making brownies at home and you've got friends and family in the other room and the chocolate aroma hits the air, somebody comes in and says, hey, what are you doing in there? And you say, never mind, there's none of this. Go back to the other room, And you then, instead of sharing your brownies with your friends and family, you go to the other side of the kitchen and you eat all the brownies by yourself. I believe that not sharing your brownies makes you stingy and greedy and all of that. At the same time, metaphorically, that's more of a metaphor, I believe that we were all given skills, talents, unique abilities, a life purpose, a mission, passion, things that come naturally to us. And we're also given experiences, good ones and not so good ones. And all of these things make up who we are. And I believe that it's our duty to be of service to others, right? So I had my own big ups and downs. And once I figured out how to do something, it's my duty to share it with others. So I call this your brownies. And there are a lot of entrepreneurs and people in the world who hide behind their computer, who play a really, really small game. Like, I have 10 clients, I just want a small practice, which is cool. I'm not judging. But your creator, I believe your creator wants you to play a bigger game. I believe that we are all, in one way or another, soldiers for the greater good. I call myself a spiritual warrior. I'm a spiritual soldier for the greater good. And I believe that the universe wants you to turn up the volume on sharing your brownies. Because if you take all your skills, talents, unique abilities, and hide behind the computer and don't get out there and share it, you're being stingy and greedy with what God gave you. And I'm not religious, but I'm, I believe we were all given this. So everything that I stand for, that I work with my entrepreneurs and the people who work on their mindset with me, is about sharing your brownies in a bigger way. Whether it is that you're an artist, whether you are a marketer, a financial person, a relationship person, massage artist, it doesn't matter. Teacher, spiritual teacher and healer. It's about playing a bigger game. And part of that is doing the mindset work, the spiritual connection, the manifesting goodness stuff, and then all the outer game like client attraction, so that using authentic marketing, right, integrous marketing, loving marketing, you get your brownies out there in a big way. Because I believe that those who share their brownies in a bigger way are those who actually make a difference in the world. And so I'm always talking about brownies. Always talking about sharing the brownies.
Well, now that I'm hungry, when I go make some brownies, I'm going, do I have brownie mix in the food pantry?
It was a concept that was downloaded to me a few years ago, and the minute I heard it, I was like, yes, share your brownies. Yeah. Share your brownies in a bigger way. So that's my trademark.
I love it.
Everybody knows me as the brownie sharing, play a bigger game lady.
I love it. I love it. So Fabienne, how can everybody get in touch with you if they want to learn more about you, if they want to know more about what you've got going on right now, and even about your program that you have coming up?
Oh, sure. The easiest place to go is clientattraction.com. Clientattraction.com.
And we'll also have, sorry to interrupt you, we'll also have a link underneath the video. Yeah.
And there's Client Attraction Business School, the clientattractionbusinessschool.com. And, Fabienne is on Facebook and Twitter. I mean, it's easy. But the easiest place is to go to Client Attraction. We have some free gifts there just to start off the relationship nicely. And, I believe in that law of circulation. The more value you give, the more it will come to you, even if it's not from that original source. So
you have brownies on your website that they can go and taste some brownies.
A free brownie. High chocolates, high fudge brownies. Very delicious. I believe this is what we teach, right? If you add more value in the world, when people are shocked by the value that we add for free, and this is what we teach our entrepreneurs. You don't give away the farm, but you give so much value that people say, if she gives away that much value in the free stuff, I bet you her paid stuff is awesome. Yeah. So that's how we live our lives.
That's awesome. I do too, and I think that's amazing. That's why we connect so well together. So, you're amazing. I'm so glad that you were on the show. Thank you for sharing your brownies and giving so much information. And like I said, we'll put the link under the video. So now it's back to you, family. Tell me, what are you taking away from the show today? What tidbits, what information did Fabienne and I talk about that really shifted you in some way, and share that information with us. And I'm sure Fabienne will also be posting as well and answering any questions that you may have. So just remember that you have so much value to give out in the world, and you are literally in a place of being able to do that right now. So give out your brownies like Fabienne was talking about. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.